Today I'm joined by Puneet Handa, who is Head of Business Strategy and Portfolio at Rakuten Symphony and Executive Officer at Rakuten Mobile. Since joining Rakuten in 2018, Puneet has played a fundamental role in launching Rakuten Mobile's fully virtualized cloud-native mobile network based on Open RAN standards. Today, he's primarily tasked with improving customer experience and building out-of-the-box solutions that benefit mobile network operators across the world. So thank you very much for joining me, Puneet. If you could give me a quick overview of your background and your journey that led you to Rakuten Symphony.
Thank you, James, for inviting me. I'm very obliged. So let me start quickly. I'm from India and I've been in this industry from last almost 15 years, specifically in communication business throughout my entire career. And Rakuten Mobile was my fourth greenfield network from ground up, from building the base station till making it to operational maturity.
Tell us about your current role. What are your main responsibilities and what is the business strategy department responsible for specifically?
I wear multiple hats right now. So I have one role in Rakuten Mobile, which is specifically driven around product and strategy. And for Symphony, I'm responsible to drive business strategy and portfolio. So key things, what me and my team is responsible for is to have right business plan for midterm and long term for Symphony and Symphony business units and all the product associated, to bring right business governance, including financial controlling, to setting targets and sales planning. And most importantly is to bring all the information together to our executives so they can take informed decisions.
How do you believe that you personally contribute to achieving Rakuten Symphony's main goals?
I'm a strong believer that I bring an immense experience specifically around building greenfield networks. So that is one thing which I contributed when we were building the network from ground up. And also it helps me to strategize and solve CSP's problem when we are dealing with from Symphony. Second is, I'm a very enthusiastic person. I believe in getting things done. I believe in hustle, and that is something which I want to inculcate into my environment and my people who I work with.
How do your own goals and leadership style align with Rakuten's Shugi principles? And maybe you could tell us a bit about some of the principles that drive you more broadly.
If I talk about Shugi principles, I believe in speed, speed, speed. I think if you have a right product, if it is placed in right time and right market, it can be catalyst for the product and for the company. To get things done is something I believe firmly that is in my core values.
What do you believe are the telecom industry's biggest challenges, and how is Rakuten Symphony equipped to help mobile network operators address those challenges and issues?
It's an interesting question and it's a very, very important question right now. First is for the communication service provider itself, or telcos. For them, the most important piece is to keep up the revenue. Rakuten Mobile and Rakuten Group services synergize so well together that every Rakuten Mobile subscriber uses more than 2 to 3 services in Rakuten ecosystem and bring that value to the ecosystem itself. So in Symphony, we can package and we can bring this experience of ecosystem synergies for CSPs. If I talk about suppliers, the RAN market is evolving, right? And it needs specifically a new solution, a new business model. Yeah. And as we announced in MWC, James, and you were there, that we announced that we will be opening up our Open RAN license to our suppliers and all the CSPs. So we are not only solving the problem for the supplier, but also for CSPs who want to invest into Open RAN. And we have a battle-hardened software which can be packaged and so that they don't have to do what we have already done.
What do you believe are the main things that the telecom industry can expect in the coming years and decades? And what kinds of technologies are going to shape the way the industry evolves?
So I think AI would be the most prominent thing, and I think it is in every industry. So AI will completely change the landscape how telecom operators operate their network. Second is data. I think how you manage and maintain your data and how you capitalize on the data you have because you are as good as your data. Other is the seamless and frictionless experience. Now customer is more demanding. They want a complete frictionless experience. And last but not least is coverage. So I believe coverage is very, very important for any mobile operator. Correct? You can have a very good data, but if you don't have a coverage, it doesn't make sense. In Rakuten, we already have our tie-up with AST. And recently, Bluebird was launched, and we are very excited about it. So I think that new terrestrial, low orbit terrestrial satellites will be the very key industry change in coming years.
Obviously, you've touched upon AI there and the important role it will play in the coming decades. It's obviously set to affect every industry and not just telecom. But maybe you can tell us a bit about why Rakuten's story with AI is so unique and some of the specific use cases and ways that the company is using AI today, tangibly, and not just theoretically.
So James, 100% agreed that AI is everywhere now, right? And it is changing the landscape of not only industries, but how humans will interact with AI. If I talk specifically about Rakuten, so in Rakuten, AI is not an afterthought. From machine learning models to deep learning models to now generative AI. So AI was in our DNA from day one. And from Symphony point of view, specifically, we have 140 use cases, AI use cases already deployed in production. One of the example is we are running a churn prediction model. So it's not only predict the churn, but also give you next best action and next best offer. Then we have an anomaly detection for our operational efficiencies. And now we can take informative decision, data-driven decisions through AI, and which will not only increase your operational efficiency, but also increase the integrity of the network.
So based on your own experience, what advice would you give to employees at Rakuten Symphony who are looking to play a more active role in the organization's success?
So first and foremost thing I will say is to resonate what Rakuten has done. So be brave and be curious and be open. I think that is something which I will put across to all our new young leaders so that they get inspired to be brave.
Puneet, thank you very much for joining me today. It's been an absolute pleasure hosting you. Some great answers there, and I'm sure everybody watching will get a lot out of learning from what you said there. So thank you very much. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you, James.
Cheers. Awesome.
Thank you so
you.
much.
Thanks.